that you can't go on hurting people and doing wrong by others and get away with it. It's just a matter of time it catches up with you. Many years ago, there was a man in this country. He was very powerful. He was feared. His name caused people to tremble. Many years after, I went to Kumasi to see the Asante Hene. On my way back, I saw him at the airport at Kumasi. He was sitting there with a walking stick. And I looked at him and I said, is that the man that terrified this nation? Is that the man that everybody feared? And I looked at him and I said, power has expiry date. It's just a matter of time. There comes a time when everything comes to a halt. And on that day, the only thing that stands is the word of God. For heaven and earth may pass away, but the word abides forever. Forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven. The grass withereth and the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. About 40 years ago, I was traveling and I met a vice president in this country who was so powerful then. He was sitting at the last gate to enter the plane, alone, also with a walking stick, all alone, very fragile, shaking like this. And I looked at him and I said, if this is the end of all this power people strive for, kill for, destroy, hate for, devise, scheme for, if this is the end of it, I don't want anything to do with this. When I'm old and gray-headed, I want to be surrounded by my grandchildren and great-grandchildren and loved ones. I want to be loved and I want to have acceptance. And the only way you can do that is to make sure that it doesn't matter how much power and influence and money and connections you have, never lose your humanity. Don't lose your humanity. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, I've known President Kufuor since he was president, before he became president, and after he became president. And I visit him every now and then. And since he's been out of power, I go check on him every now and then. And every time I go, there are people there. Every time you go, there are people there to see the man, in queue, waiting to see him. Every time I go there are people there. You know why there are people there? It's because of his humanity. They are not there for money. They are not there for power. They are there because of his humanity. Because he learned the common touch. Though he was president, he did not lose his humanity. He learned to still connect to people, help people, invest in people, bless people. So even though he's out of power and he doesn't have the money you think he may have when he was in government, he's still very rich. And his riches is his humanity. His connectivity to humanity and to people. I was telling them, same about President John Dramani Mahama. Humanity. Humanity. Anytime you go to his house, there are people there. Cars are parked all over the street. They are there to connect. To connect. Not to power. Not to connect to money. But to connect to humanity. Connect to relationship. Humility. That counts when everything fails. Let me tell you, money, power has expiry date. There comes a time when money and power can help you. There are mighty people in this world who are billions of dollars, like the Gaddafis and the Saddams and so many others, the Hitlers. And there came a time when their money fails. There came a time when their power could not save them. Solukutund, Kalundavas, Selaya Katu Wakasin, Levuku Lakis. I said to the church the other day, I said there are people in this world, they are so poor, that all they have is money and power. When you take away their money and their power, they have nothing. Because they think that the only thing that makes you relevant and gives you acceptance in this life is money and power. So they live all their life wanting power, wanting money, only to find out at the end of it all that power and money has limitation. There's an extent to which power and money will take you, and that is it. But goodwill, the common touch, and your humanity will take you places power and money can't take you. Put your hands together and give him praise. Please be seated as we get